Welcome back, students of ICSE Class 10th. So today is question number 15 of this ongoing series. If you have not watched the previous questions of the competency series which we are doing for ICSE Class 10th, you can check the link in the description box of this video. Each and every question that we are discussing in this competency series is extremely concept oriented and important. So do not miss any of the questions. Let us proceed with question number 15. Figure shows two forces, each of magnitude 10 Newton, acting at the points A and B at a separation of 50 centimeter. So now it's very easy to see what is in the figure. You can see there is a force F 10 Newton, but there is another force which is also 10 Newton, and they are two different forces acting at two different points, point A and point B. You can see here is point A, here is point B. Okay, very easy. Point A is here, point B is here. So point A is where a force of 10 Newton is acting vertically upwards, and from point B or on point B a force vertically downwards which is also of 10 Newton that is acting. And now these 2 points are at a perpendicular distance of 50 centimeter. So that is written that the separation between these 2 points, the perpendicular separation, okay, between these 2 points is 50 centimeter, the perpendicular separation, and they are in opposite directions. These forces are in opposite directions. That is very clear from the figure also, because this force F 10 Newton is acting upwards, whereas this force is acting downwards. Okay, very simple. Now what is asked? Calculate the resultant moment. We have to find the resultant moment, the total moment of these two forces about point A, point B and point O. And point O is situated exactly at the middle of the two forces. Okay, so that is also clear to us that this point O is exactly at the middle of two forces. That means this particular distance is 25 centimeter, the half of 50 centimeter. Similarly, this particular distance is another 25 centimeter. So 25 plus 25, the total is 50 centimeter. How do we know that this is 25 and 25? Because this O lies exactly at the middle. It is written here. O exactly lies at the middle of the two forces. So it's very clear from the question. Now what do? We have to first find the total moment or the resultant moment of the two forces about point A. Okay. Now, let us write that statement. Resultant moment about point A. Now, you see, whenever we find resultant moment about point A, we have to see what are the forces acting on A and what is their perpendicular distance from point A. Now, this force of 10 Newton is acting on point A itself. So if I ask you what is the perpendicular distance of this 10 Newton from this point A, what is your answer? Listen to my question. What is the perpendicular distance of this 10 Newton from the point A? What is the answer? You will say there is no perpendicular distance. There is zero perpendicular distance of between this 10 Newton and this point A. Why? Because this 10 Newton lies on the point A itself. So the line of action of this 10 Newton and this point have no perpendicular separation, because this line of action of this force 10 Newton is on the point A itself. It is on this point A itself. So there is no perpendicular separation. Hence, this 10 Newton is not producing any moment about point A. This 10 Newton is not producing any moment about point A. So the another 10 Newton is at a perpendicular distance of 50 centimeter. What is this distance? 50 centimeter. It should be a perpendicular distance. So this 10 Newton, this blue one which I have circled with blue, this 10 Newton is at a perpendicular separation of 50 centimeter from point A. So only this force is producing a clockwise moment about point A. This is going to produce a clockwise moment about point A. And this is the only force which is producing the moment. There is no other force which is producing any moment about point A. Okay, I hope it is clear that why this 10 Newton is not going to produce any moment about point A, because this force, the line of action of this force lies on point A itself. So resultant moment about point A is because of only this 10 Newton, which is 10 Newton multiplied with the distance of separation, that is 50 centimeter, and we will convert it into meter. So 0.5 meter. So 10 Newton multiplied with 0.5 meter is 5 Newton meter, and we will write the direction as well, that is clockwise. Writing the direction is super important because moment is a vector quantity. Now the next question is asking what is the resultant moment about point B. Very similar to the first part. Resultant moment about point B. Now look at point B. Look at point B. Now you see this 10 Newton which I have circled with black. This 10 Newton is lying on point B itself. The line of action of this 10 Newton is on point B itself. So this 10 Newton is not going to produce any moment, but this 10 Newton is going to produce moment about point B because this is at a separation of 50 centimeter one side. Very similar to this, to the first part. So it is again 10 Newton multiplied with 0.5 meter, which is another, and again it is 5 Newton meter, but see which force is producing, where. Clockwise again, because this is also going to produce clockwise moment. But see the difference in when we are talking about point A, the 10 Newton which was causing moment was this 10 Newton, which was at a distance of 50 centimeter. But when we are talking about the moment about point B, then we are taking this force which is producing the clockwise moment about point B, because this force is at a distance of 50 centimeter from point B. So conceptually you need to be very clear that which force is producing the moment about point A and point B respectively. Now the third part of the question is we have to calculate the moment, the resultant moment about point O. Resultant moment about point O. Now if you see, this force 10 Newton is at a distance of 25 centimeter from point A. So this is going to produce a clockwise moment about point O, not point A, point O. And similarly this 10 Newton, the another one, is also at a perpendicular separation of 25 centimeter from point O. So both of the forces are producing moment about point O, and both of the moments are clockwise also. If you see, this force is also producing a clockwise moment about point O, and this as well. Simple. Now what is it? So both of them are producing. So 10 Newton multiplied with the distance from point O, which is 25 centimeter, which is 0.25 meters, plus the another 10 Newton which is also at a distance of 25 centimeter from the point O. So now 2.5 plus 2.5 Newton meter, that is 5 Newton meter clockwise. 5 Newton meter clockwise. Is it even visible, or my video is cutting everything? I'll just shift my video. So now I think the screen is completely visible and you can note it down. Okay, so I hope you have understood why did I write 10 times 0.25 and again 10 times 0.25, because this 10 Newton is at a distance of 0.25 meter from point O, and another 10 Newton is again at a distance of 0.25 meter from point O. So both of them are producing the clockwise moment, and which adds up to 5 Newton meter in total. Simple. I hope you enjoyed the question, you understood the question. So again, I'm asking you to watch all the videos of this competency series because they are extremely conceptual, extremely important.